Welcome all of you once again. So today we are going to discover the rules, the spelling rules and the alternate spelling patterns. So we have covered all 42 spellings. We have already covered 42 sounds. So we will be looking into the rules and the spelling patterns. Alternate spelling pattern and the spelling rules. So to learn the spelling rules better, understanding of syllables is most important. So while we were learning the spelling, while we were learning the sounds, for the longer words, I was asking children to explore the words through their jaw. So notice the jaw movement while they are reading, right? Cake, cake shop, fountain, fantastic. So if you notice the jaw movement, and that takes the syllable. So we break every word with one jaw movement, right? So every syllable should have a vowel. So to split the word into syllable, we have to achieve these three main criteria that we consider as success criteria. So the child should know what a syllable is. The child should be able to identify syllable in words. So child should be able to use the word breaks to make longer words. What are the three success criteria that we are focusing on? The child should be knowing what the syllable is. The child should be able to identify syllable in the words. And the child should be able to use those identified syllables to build longer words. So when we achieve this, then we can consider that we have achieved the point that we are teaching syllable to children. Again, we did not even tell the word syllable to children when we were asking them to explore the word through their jaw movement, right? So every word has a rhythm in it. Syllable are chunks or beats of sound. Syllable are chunks or beats of sound. So every word has a rhythm. So let's discuss in detail. The word sit, sit, one syllable. Play, one syllable. Happy, two syllable. It is rhythmic. Happy, right? Seven, again two syllable. Triangle, three syllable. Purple, two. Totally, three. Experiment, four. Hopeless, two. Everywhere, three. So now, did you understand? Fantastic, transport, lovely, sunny, breaking. So every word has a rhythm in it. Children need to understand. So every word has a rhythm in it. Children need to understand to break the word either with a rhythm or with the jaw movement. So the chin bump we call. Fantastic, three syllable. Happily, three syllable. Function, two syllable. Corporate, three syllable. So right, so this is how teaching syllable to children is very easy, and that can be achieved even if the child is 4 years old. So this is how we work with children to make them understand what syllable are. So we will be using the understanding of syllable in the rules that we are going to teach further. Until now, we have taught children 42 letter sounds. With the basic 42 letter sound, children will be able to write anything that they think in their mind. If we are reading daily, regularly to children and they have a strong vocabulary base, they will be able to write on their own. They will be independent writers by now. They can write anything. You can ask them to write a shopping list and give you, and you will be able to read what they have written, read and understand. So 42 sounds forms the basic for everything. Don't expect the spellings to be right at this stage. Till now we have been working with them to make them read, fluently read books. So for that we will be guiding them with decodable books where they develop the desire for reading. That is very, very important. Only when they develop the desire for reading, leaving behind the struggle they have to face on facing any new word that they have not encountered the rule or they have not encountered the spelling pattern, then they have to struggle back, think back, look for help. So to avoid all these things, decodable readers come in hand to help children to read on their own, and they will start writing on their own. Do not expect the spellings to be right at this stage. We will be working on the spellings from now on. As and when we teach the rules and the alternate spelling pattern, we can work on the spellings of the children. So now we will discuss about a special letter, L. Do you know? L will not stand without a support of a vowel. There must be a vowel before L or after L. Only with the support of a vowel, L can sustain, will stand in any place. So in case if the word itself has the vowel sound in it, like channel, pixel, wheel, then we need not add E after L. In case the word like apple, if you notice there is only one vowel sound but it has two syllables. Apple. So there is no syllables, there is no vowel sound in the second syllable at all. What do we do then? We add one E, which has to remain silent but to perform the role of a vowel in a syllable. Did you understand? The word like table, bottle, if you split the words into two, and there will be no vowel sound in the second syllable. So as I told you, L will not stand alone. We add E at the end of the word after L. So we have to understand the vowel pattern as well. So we have few R control vowels as we were discussing while we were learning the sounds. O, A, A, right? O, A, A. So again now we will be looking for magic E words, so which we will elaborately look into. So we have vowel teams. A and I makes the A sound, E and E makes E sound. We have vowel teams. OI makes OI, OU makes OW. We have vowel teams like that. Now C plus LE, as we discussed before, consonant plus L plus E. Consonant plus L and E together. Because L, if we have a consonant before L, then we have to add a vowel after L. So since E will remain silent at the end of any word, we will add E whenever we find L standing alone. Open syllable and a closed syllable. In an open syllable, the vowel will take the sound of a long vowel most of the time. And in the closed syllable, like the word cat, fish, bub, where you have a consonant before the vowel and after the vowel, then we consider that as a closed syllable where it takes only the short vowel sound. Are you clear with the vowel teams? Vowel patterns. Okay, let's get into the rules. When two vowels go walking, the first vowel does the talking. Whenever any two vowels that are going together, it means only the first vowel will talk, the second vowel keeps quiet. What will the first vowel talk? It always says its name. So whenever two vowels go walking, the first vowel says its name and second vowel remains silent. Okay, we did not discuss when to introduce the letter names, right? We will be introducing letter names right after group 3. So children by now will be able to identify the letter names as well. So as and when we introduce the letter names, we also introduce the capital letter. That doesn't mean we indicate only capital letters by names. So when two vowels go walking, the first vowel does the talking. So whenever you find AI, EA, EE, OA, AY, IE, EI, everywhere first letter name will be the sound of the two vowel groups, vowel pair that you find. This will apply for 70% of words where we are opening the gate for children to read, and the 70%, where we are opening the gate for children to read 70% of words. So if you notice the words like giant, people, realized, coincidence, genuine, if you notice, every word will have the letter names of the first vowel in the pair. Rule 2, shy I and toughy Y. I is really shy and it will not stand by the end of any word. So it is always replaced by Y. Y is strong. And if you find in this picture, this can also be either you can use that or this. Y always steals I and E. Now I am specifying the letter names. In a one syllable word, Y says I. In a two syllable word, Y says E. So the one syllable word, like how do the children break? Again with the chin bar or by noticing the rhythm in the words. So the words like fly, cry, rely, spy, why, my, it takes the I sound. If you notice in the words like cycle, nylon, python, again the first syllable Y is in the first syllable and it still takes the sound of I. Do you understand the importance of teaching syllable to children? Do not skip any step. Go step by step to achieve the desired result, to make children fluent readers. So, in the words with multi-syllable, happy, fancy, pretty, worry, skinny, lucky, windy, plenty, slimy, lady, everything, it takes the E sound. It takes the E sound. So the trick is for initial reading practice only. So actually Y makes 4 sounds. So Y makes its own sound when the Y is at the beginning of the word, as we discussed while we were learning the sounds. Y takes the sound of Y when it stands in the first of the word, of any word. So Y makes I sound in single syllable word or in the first syllable, and makes E sound in the second syllable or in the multi-syllable word. Y makes the sound of E as well. The words like system, gym. So to discuss further on this, then you have to dig on the etymology of the words. So these Greek words like system and gym, Y takes the E sound. So when you teach these rules to children, they will be able to pick it up faster, and you need not bother, they will get confused, because we know a lot. We have to unlearn a lot to understand all these things. But children, when you teach them, you will notice how fast they grasp things. So have confidence on them and teach them with confidence. You will be astonished by the result that they produce. So rule 3, we have soft C and soft G. Whenever we have E, I or Y following C, that takes the sound of S. Whenever we have whenever we have E, I or Y following G, then it takes the sound of J. So the words like send, cycle, city, the C takes the sound of S. The words like George, giant, gym, G takes the sound of J. So this we call as soft C. How to make children learn all this? So you have to give practice. How do we give practice? Give lots of words for them. So you can give mixed words and ask them to separate the hard C and soft C. Hard C takes the K sound while the soft C takes the S sound. So the same way, hard G takes the G sound while the soft G takes the J sound. You can give list of words and ask children to segregate it. So this is how you can make children look into a lot of words and they will be able to learn it better. Rule 4, now CK or CNK. Yes, I heard you. All of you had the question, where do I write C, where do I write K, where to write both? Yeah. So let's see first when to write CK together. We will be writing CK after a short vowel in a short word. The words like pack, pluck, deck, lick, clock. So I request you to pause the video and start writing the words that you know that has C and K spelling. Did you list out the words? Notice the words, the short word, again the single syllable word with a short vowel sound will have C and K following the short vowel. Where do you see and K in the beginning of the word? In almost all the word, everywhere we will be writing C except before E and I, Y as well. Because do you remember we learned the soft C where C takes the sound of S when followed by E, I and Y, right? So the same, if you still want the sound to be K, change it to K. So in the beginning of the word, almost everywhere we will write only C except for E and I, because Y we do not have much of words. Kathy is again a name, so need not bother about that. But only before E and I we will be writing K. We will be writing K only before E and I, E, I and Y. And since we do not have much words with Y, we take E and I. Where to write C, okay, in the middle or at the end? When it comes to middle or end, then again it's a question, right? If the word is a single syllable word, in the middle or at the end we use K. If the word is a multi-syllable word, then we use C. We don't use K, we use C. If the word is a single syllable word, we use K. If the word is a multi-syllable word, we use C. The words like book, broke, make, milk. If you notice, all single syllable word and we have used K. Wherever we have to write K sound. In the words like picnic, zodiac, garlic, magic, Atlantic, fantastic, everywhere, since it's a multi-syllable word, we are using only C wherever we have K sound in it. And in the words like cricket, bucket, ticket, rocket, everything, if you notice the second syllable starts with A. Cricket, bucket. So in that place you cannot leave only with C because it will change to S. So we are adding K there. Before E we will be adding only K, right, to have the K sound. That's why we are adding K. So it's again a list of words. They will be able to read it. Ticket, bucket, rocket, packet, cricket, all these words. Next, the rule number 5, the floss rule. So whenever we have F, L, S or Z followed by a short vowel in a short word, we will double it. We were adding CK after a short vowel in a short word, right? The same format. So if we have F, L, S or Z sound, we will be doubling it. So buzz of Miss Hill. So all 4 words, buzz of Miss Hill, can be used to remember all these 4 sounds. Z, F, S, L. So the words like puff, fluff, cliff, sniff, hill, chill, sell, drill, miss, boss, less, guess, buzz, jazz, fuzz. And there are few exceptions to these rules as well, like as, if, bus, yes, this, us, plus, chef comes as an exception. So if you want to research behind why these words come as an exception, then we have to dig into the etymology of these words again to know the concept. In OF, we pronounce it ov or v, ov. And the word as, we pronounce it as. So it doesn't have the sound of s or f. Let's get into the next rule, magic E. Very interesting rule where children will love it. This E, we already discussed one special job of E, right? To keep quiet by the end of the word. Magic E also, it's going to keep up the same. It's going to be quiet. But it's just not a useless E. It has some job to perform. So these magic E are going to change the short vowel into a long one. You can even make it as rabbit E. So what will the rabbit do? Hop, right? So this rabbit E is going to, this magic E is going to hop only on the short vowel sound and make it scream its name. So you hop on the letter A, the short vowel sound A, and the name says its name. What's the name of the letter? A. And when it hops on to A, it says its name. What's the name of the letter? E. It hops on to E, and what does it say? I. When it hops on to O, what does it say? O. When it hops on to A, what does it say? U. Right. So whenever the E hops on to the short vowel, it says its name. So I have a special video attached here for you to better understand the magic E. What is the job of magic E? To change the short vowel into a long one. So the words like cap is changed to cape, hop, hope, bit, bite, cup, cue, mad, made, mop, mope. Now the words. So these are the activity kind of thing that you can give children to recollect or reinforce the magic E rule. So give a list of words and ask children to add E to that and change and read it with a long vowel sound and not the short vowel sound. And you give the picture and ask them to use this spelling pattern where all the magic E are represented by the dash, that is A dash E. So dash will be filled up with the consonant. So if the word is cake, K, A, K. So now the child will be writing C, A, K and then E. So there is one dash which is left empty. So A dash E is the concept, and you give a lot of pictures to children which I will be attaching here in a separate file. So which you can use it in your classroom or with your children and ask them to write the words to the corresponding picture, which in turn helps them to work on their vocabulary as well as the spelling pattern. Once they start writing, then they get used to write the magic-y words. So the words like bone, stone, cone, phone, gnome, gome, home, rope, globe, nose, scene, complete, sweet, eve, concrete, even, evening, theme, delete, tube, flute, cube, prune, mule, rude, huge, flume, cute, lake, race, snake, cake, game, rake, snowflake, grape, shapes, slide, bike, five, prize, kite, fire, time, shine and white. The pictures are given there and you can utilize this to make children write to get a better understanding of the concept of magic E. So we have completed all the rules, the basic rules. So I request all of you to make a chart for each and every rule. So this will be considered as an assignment. So the certificate will be issued only when you complete these assignments, which will be reviewed by me before issuing the certificates.